beautiful, sunny afternoon. The fall leaves are just past their peak, and
Za pół mili skręć w lewo.
She's rude. And I am on my way to Forever Yarn in Doylestown, and it's one of my favorite knitting stores. And Yen, the owner, is a fabric alchemist. She has the most amazing formulas for putting together yarns to make exquisite fabrics. It has really opened my mind to knitting and creating in a very different way, being attentive to texture in a way that I haven't really discovered before I got to know Yen. So I'm taking you along with me for a very special day at Doylestown Forever Yarn. Gorgeous. I layered so many things today.
You said, I heard from your first podcast, you always are cold.
Always cold.
Always are cold.
That's why I knit, because I can't find sweaters that are warm enough.
Yeah, most time I'm cold as well.
Too?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm definitely, most time I'm cold. I'm cold too, yeah. So most time I'm cold. So I do wear a lot of sweaters.
Yeah.
And honestly, I also felt that sweater is like one of the easiest piece for you to style it up.
Yeah.
Because I can throw it over a dress, or I put it over a shirt, throw a skirt on.
Exactly.
Or you can wear jeans. So it's like no matter what, it's good.
It makes such a statement. And I always love about how you style your knits.
Oh, thank you.
No, because it's never just boom, a sweater and, boom, just jeans. Like, you always bring it into something that makes like such a statement. Like, I love the shirt you're wearing underneath.
Thank you.
And that texture. Can you show us like a little bit? That texture
Yeah,
is so cool.
It's a little, I don't know if you can see it, but do I need to get closer?
Go closer, show.
Okay,
it's
so a little closer. So it's like a little scallopy, see?
Yeah.
So yeah, I do feel like that is right to have with the sweater.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you why, but that's what I do.
and like with the skirt, I mean, I can just stand and show this skirt,
so
how
skirt,
adorable.
Yeah, so it's a poofy, it's a very big kind of a poofy skirt. I cannot, but yeah, it's actually superbly comfortable.
The fabric.
Yeah,
so
so we can get our picture taken.
Yeah,
so
no, we'll insert it.
Yeah, so it's in a way, I wear a lot of skirt or dress or whatever because I feel like it's less work for me.
Really,
because you don't have to like play with the fitting that much.
That's true. That's really true.
If you wear a pair of pants or jeans, you really want to have to play with the fitting.
I know, especially when I have like these big pasta meals really late at night, and the next day I'm trying to squeeze that stuff into jeans.
You slip on a dress or something, then you don't have to worry about it, right?
I know. Well, I mean, I just love your store. This is the most beautiful spot. It is just most inspiring. The way that you've curated it, and the way that you just bring your own style and sense to everything. So I just wonder when did you get the knitting bug? When did all this yarn come into your life?
So I started knitting when I was actually, I want to say, quite young, before I went into college. And I started knitting, and I knitted, I learned the knitting from my aunt, my mom, my grandmother, and, knitting was a necessity at the time. I was in Shanghai, and there was no heating, in Shanghai, because that's during the winter, and that's considered as southern part of the China. So we actually have to not only knit sweaters, but also long johns to keep ourselves warm. I know I cannot even imagine where I knitted a long john now, but so it's almost a necessity. So we all learned it. But when I got into college, I already I was kind of a vain because I like to dream up things, So I would like try to make a sweater of my own and put some motifs on it, and just to see how people react to the thing that I came up. Yeah, but then I stopped. I stopped for a good while. Until I cannot remember exactly at what point, but anyway, I was, it's one of my coworker. I want to say it's right about 20 years ago, maybe something like that. So one of my coworker was told to learn knitting. Her doctor actually prescribed that for yes.
Wow.
So she really took it seriously, and so she brought knitting to our office, and then, so I said, "Oh, I can show you what to do. I know what to do." So then she says to me, "My God, you're so good. Why you're not doing it?" So then also she was bringing all kinds of new yarns. So I said, "Wow, it is. The yarns have gotten so much better."
Yeah.
So this is when I restarted again, and when I restarted, and then it was like, I just couldn't stop.
Oh my gosh. When was that where the yarns really...
I think it's about 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Initially it was all the novelty yarn. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
So everyone was making a scarf, but then gradually, many different types of the better yarns start to come on the market and become available to all the knitters or other makers. Yeah. So which was, I wanted to say the revolution of this whole yarn industry definitely has a huge, push behind so many people become knitter.
I totally agree.
So it kind of, it allow you a dream to come true, right? Because you have certain type of the garments or accessories you would like to make. So you, like, if the yarns are not there.
Exactly.
So, so I think I'm actually grateful to how the whole yarn industry kind of like really made everything much more like inspirational.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
You agree with me?
Oh my
right?
gosh, yeah, because I always thought that yarn was just in whatever, is available.
Fisherman's Aaron wool.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. That was like the best. The German tar.
Right, the rough kind.
Yeah, like those were, and the Galloway wool from Ireland.
Yeah.
Those were like the best you
Very
could get your hand. Get your hands on, right?
I know.
So the variety wasn't there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll never forget my first yarn that I knit with was this like Kelly green color, and it was Tweety.
You and your green.
And my green. And I was just like, oh my gosh, yarn is so cool. And that I just used to always hang out in this one store because I was living in New York.
Yeah.
It was called Yarn and Co. It was on Broadway, right across from Z Bars.
Yeah, I don't even know that store.
Okay, so it had this like staircase going up. It was the steepest staircase you could ever imagine. So I would be schlepping up with a carriage and going up, and people would be like, "You're crazy!"
Yeah,
but
but you just wanted some good yarns.
That's it. Just wanted some good yarn, and you'll do anything for good yarn.
Yeah.
So when did you open this wonderful store?
So I initially had a tiny space in a fabric shop. So that's about 18 years ago. So when I wanted to say it's about so shortly after that I came to my own space, not in this space but just another space up on the road a little bit, that I had another space, and so it was very interesting because it was the lady who had the pink pottery and the beads. She had to rent the whole space, and she kept approaching me and said, "Would you come in, share some space with me, because I cannot handle the whole space." So I give in, and I didn't know what I would do because I have a full-time job, and So it's a little crazy, but at that point, I already have some wonderful yarny friends. So one of my friends really helped me. So she retired and she would man the shop for most of part during the weekdays. And so that's how I started. Before I officially hired someone, I really have no clue, but I want to say it's pure for the love of knitting and yarns, and it's pure just passion, you know. I would say don't ask me for any business plan or anything. None of that.
And you've had, I mean, just
None
you
of
didn't
that.
need that because it's just the love has driven
I
the
think
success.
it's, you know, you have to love what you do, right? You have to be you have to love what you carry.
Yeah.
You have to be able to speak about it with passion, with genuine passion.
You can't fake that.
Yeah,
No
you
one-
cannot fake
You
that.
cannot fake anything like that. And I mean, now just when you look at these yarns
Yes.
and you see even this wall is
Yeah.
just so beautifully curated, and I'm going
Thank
to
you.
insert that. How do you curate the yarn? What inspires you? What lets you make the decision? What goes into the store and what doesn't? I mean,
Okay.
just tell us your process.
Yeah, it's a complex question. I wanted to say. I wanted to say again, mostly is my instinct. For the longest time, I was always very into style, not necessarily fashion, but I always curate like good fashion magazines. You know, I would spend $30 to buy a Vogue magazine that's from UK or Paris, you know, because it's like whatever inspires me, like really click with me, that I feel it brings a lot of joy to my life, to my very busy life. So I cannot give the exact description, but usually when I see a line, the color and all the speckles or whatever, it just like depend on whether it clicks with me or not. So yeah, for whatever reason, I can picture this become like one of the piece that you would like to make, you know, like in your dream. So I wanted to say I'm an 80% product there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like.
So,
Me too.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I definitely want myself to be able to wear the piece.
Yes. And what kind of styles do you gravitate towards?
I would say my style is pretty classic, but I definitely would like to have a touch of like romantic, you know, a little girly touch, and definitely a bit updated, you know, so not just a blazer, you know, like or a button-down shirt. So that's not me. And I also really would like to see myself in an outfit that I look like I'm at ease. I don't like to try too hard.
And that comes through. It's like an effortless style. And it's true. It's like those details. Like, for instance, you're wearing this beautiful sweater, which is what pattern?
It's called a Brusta sweater. It's by Rosa Palmer. It was initially published in Laine magazine, one of the earlier issues. And then now it's available in as a single copy pattern on Ravelry as well.
Because it just is so beautiful. And this yarn choice you made with the white speckles.
It's a quite unusual choice because actually there was a very good story associated with this. So so I brought this as a project when I went to attend the Linus retreat.
Oh, I saw the pictures.
In Toulouse at Happy Hamlet. And I know Rosa, the designer, is gonna be there as well. And I was very intrigued by this yarn, but honestly, I really did not know whether if this yarn would do a good translation of her design.
And what is the yarn?
This yarn actually is it's called a tie-dye by Woman Verve. And also, Kokan has the same tie-dye yarn. So when we all arrived at Happy Hamlet, I talked to Rosa about it, and she said, "Yan, swatch it out, swatch it out, swatch it out." Yeah, because it's it's like, because this has, if you look closely, it has bubbles on it, and then you have this white twinkle thingy. So I wasn't 100% sure, but after I swatched it, I felt like it should work. To my interpretation, I would like to see, so it should work. So I proceed with it, and so I'm very happy with it. I can wear wide leg pants underneath it.
Yeah.
Even I have a pair of pants that's kind of like a brick red. So it's really cool, and you even just wear sneakers. So it's become a quite versatile piece.
I love, and even the way you styled it with this little bow. There's this. Show the camera. It is a little velvet bow.
See, it's a little velvet bow there. It's so very simple. And I have a watch, kind of like. I wear it year round. It's more like a bracelet.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
So it's like a bracelet. So I don't switch that. And I like to wear one bracelet. Simple bracelet.
Simple.
Yeah.
Elegant. And you know what? When you said swatch it out, it's like a perfect segue to talk about this topic, which is why I really wanted to interview you, which is I consider you, Yan, to be the yarn alchemist. And I've called you that many times, the fabric alchemist. And the reason is that you have a way of putting the yarn together, maybe combining more than one yarn. You are very fabric oriented, and that makes the garment so different, the way it drapes or how it feels really substantial and luxurious. And so when you said swatch it out, is that the secret, is to swatch? For someone who has not been a swatcher, I have not been a swatcher, only to check that the gauge is correct. That was my only reason to swatch. But ever since I met you, I started to swatch for different reasons. So tell us.
That's so sweet of you. That's so kind of you.
No, because it blew my mind. I thought,
because I adore your style as well. Always, I adore your style.
Oh, you're so sweet. I never did that before you, because I came and I would feel some
mixing of the yarn, right?
So show us some of these, examples of when you mix yarns and what the combinations then do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to share some. And then again, there is no rugged science involved.
Yeah.
Okay. There is personal like involved, I wanted to say. I do feel by mixing different bases and mixing different colors, it opens up a whole new world to you.
Amazing.
Okay. So everyone think this my Eula sweater. This one is like a cashmere material, but it actually is not. And if you see very closely, you can see the different shading on the colors too, right? So this I mixed with La Bien Aimee super sock with a strand of mohair. So if you really look close, you see the La Bien Aimee super sock is more like an electric blue, right? So actually, let me go grab that one.
Yeah, that's true. You have it's very subtle.
Yeah, so there's a lot
but
of
it's sheen to it.
So this is the Blue Royal.
Oh, I use
that
sweater.
Yeah, so the Blue Royal for that. And then I mixed a very, very dark navy mohair. So that's what's created with this, right? So instead of mixing a mohair that's in the same color, I went with a different color, which I think they really complements
This is
with each other.
amazing.
Yeah, complements with each
It
other.
sort of glimmers in the
you can
in the
see the
light.
shading. It really like make it much richer looking, right?
Oh, because it's captivating because there's something going on, but you can't tell what it
You don't know
is.
what is going on.
And it's just magic.
Yeah, thank you.
It's magic alchemy.
Yeah,
I love this.
Yeah, so and then I'm gonna show
and
another one. Just to really a reason to I just finished this. So this is the Helix cardigan. We did it with as one of our Ryanback sweater, and again feels divine, right? It's absolutely divine. So I mixed with Kumo, by La Bien Aimee, and with the Felix yarn.
Wow.
So it's really, really lovely. So we I do have one skein, so I'll show you what I mixed.
Okay,
because
we'll see the
we
mixture.
are extremely low on stock after the Ryanback because everybody's in love.
I know, and I just totally barged in on you on the weekend, pretty much the weekend after.
But I will have much more shipment to come.
Ooh,
So
those two together.
yeah,
make
so
sense.
the anemone color is amazing, and the fabric is amazing. And
what is this color again?
Anemone.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. Okay.
So I will definitely I have this, but more Kumo is coming. My Kumo is pretty depleted after the Ryanback, but next month a big shipment is coming. Yeah.
When you combine these two, what kind of weight do you get?
So
like a DK?
this is almost a lace. Yeah. And then this is like a fingering. Kumo is more like a fingering. But because of the fuzziness on the Kumo, when you knit it together with the lace, it fills in the space. So the gauge for this sweater is 20 stitch to 4 inch.
Really?
Yeah. So the fabric doesn't look skimpy or
No.
anything.
No.
Yeah. So it's
light, but yet it's got a density to it
and
where
it looks so luxurious. Don't you agree?
I mean, it feels
because if you just
incredible.
using one yarn, you're not gonna get that look.
No.
So I really
You're not going to get that look.
You're not
it's
gonna
going
get that
to
look.
feel like poultry.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like dull.
I always say it's like by mixing you elevate. You elevate. Yeah, you elevate the garment. All the accessories, the same.
I am wearing a sweater that I got the yarn here. And that was when I started on this journey after you showed me this yarn alchemy. And this one, this was the La Bleu Poussin. Remember that yarn?
Yes. So this is I call it a nubby yarn, and then you mix it with a mohair.
Yeah, nubby yarn. So this was like a boucle.
I just call it It's not. It's a nubby.
Nubby.
Boucle, yeah.
It's a nubby yarn
I want to say
with a mohair. And this is also such a light and easy sweater. But this was the first time where I discovered, because the base, the boucle was like a whitish.
Yeah.
And with some speckles, and then suddenly this
mohair
mohair,
all the colors.
it is mostly golden because of just the mohair. So it created this new situation.
New situation. Yeah. So also it makes your garment so much lighter, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Excuse me.
So, it because the mohair just fill in the space, so allow you to go with a big needle, and then your garment is very light.
So let's talk about needles. So, like to create, for instance, in this sweater, which again, it created such a fabric that is. I mean, it's substantial. It's not. It's not very thin to the fingers, but yet it's really airy. So what kind of how do you play around with needles to get this?
So whenever you get a pattern, or if I proceed to try to do a pattern, so you have a defined gauge, right?
Yeah.
So for this one was 17 stitch to 4 inch. So that's a light worsted DK gauge. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was a gauge. And so for me, it's two things. I generally need a bit on the looser side because I'm pretty relaxed.
Okay.
Especially when I really start to go. I'm a little on the looser side. And so sometimes I consciously come down and define from a needle size from the recommended needle size. But to me, ultimately, is two things. Because most likely you're not using the same yarn as exactly as described in the pattern or the designer have used, right? So you most likely you will be substituting. So if you are pretty much usually knit on gauge, I would suggest you start off with the needle size that's recommended.
Okay.
If you know you are usually a bit on the looser side, you may want to come down a needle size. If you always knit tight, which I'm not gonna name names because I know my customers here very well. I know my friends here very well, and some of them will automatically recommend one needle size up. It's just nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, no,
so your yarn choices, right? And your personal preference. So I always say to people, just because you got the gauge, that doesn't mean you're gonna have a sweater to your ultimate like.
That's huge. That's huge, actually.
Right?
Yeah, that's huge.
And I always say to people, just because you follow the direction to a T, that doesn't mean you're gonna like the outcome.
Yep.
Because you really wanted the outcome to have the best fit to your personal preference and the way you dress, the way how you carry it, right? So a couple of things, right? So you, first of all, when you gauge, even when you get the gauge, you want to make sure the fabric is to your like. And if you wanted if you say, oh, okay, I kind of like the fabric, but I would like to be drapier, so you might need to do some adjustment there,
you
right?
go.
There's a lot of room for adjustment, okay? Even to the point you can go one size down, or go one size up, or one size down in order to achieve your desired size, right? Because if your gauge is off, but you like the off-gauge fabric better.
There you go.
So you have a lot of room to play with. And here we do a lot of personal fittings. So yeah,
another important thing.
Especially at the point, we do a ton of top-down sweaters. You know, whenever we hit the part that when you separate the sleeves from the body, we do personal fitting, and a lot of times we adjust for our customers. Yeah, because I really, really take pride on how their product come out. I really want them to wear their product.
So how will you adjust it?
There are many ways to adjust it, right? So and a lot of patterns. So the most straightforward way is perhaps you have to go down 2 more rows or 4 more rows, or perhaps you have to cast on a little more or a little less. But we also do a lot of round the yoke sweater, that's so-called. So even to the point that we have actually moved the marker position because we feel more stitch should be allocated to the body because we don't want underarm have a lot of fabric underarm on your sleeve. So we have even done that. And then but I mean, I feel like once you made sure that you proceed, then you're gonna have a lot of more joy when your sweater is finished.
Another thing, and I mentioned it on the first podcast, is those barber cords come in so handy for the fitting. And I used to I didn't like the hassle of taking the thing off the needle and trying it on.
Yeah.
So I would wait until it was almost done and then be like, whoops.
Well, that's a bit too late.
Whoops. Oh, why is it so big? Or a few times. Oh, like in this sweater. I had to redo at one point. Do you know what happened with this sweater? I actually got to the end and I bound off everything and I'm like, yes, it's finished. I went to try it on and it would not go over my shoulders because I bound off too tight.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't undo this because of the fabric. I couldn't undo the bound off. And I got so frustrated that I had to take scissors and I just cut my sweater. I don't know how I was able to fix it that I could still like where you don't see the Frankenstein mess I had, but so I love that. It was such a prank. But do you recommend, what kind of bind-offs do you recommend?
So there are sweaters in the sweater that in the situation of this, in the example of the sweater you are wearing is clearly it'll ask you to decrease before you bind off. So I call it clinches in on the bottom.
Yeah.
It really clinches in. So whenever in a situation like that, you really have to be mindful about the bind off.
Yeah.
I personally love Italian bind off or tubular bind off. I know some people say it's a pain, but I feel if you have a good tutorial and you get into the groove of it, you're gonna be great. You're gonna be humming along, and it actually doesn't take that long. I highly recommend everyone to give it a try. Because it's not that hard. You can do it.
You can do it. Okay.
Yeah, you can do it. And it really gives you such a lovely finishing and a lot of bouncy elasticity, if you will, on the bind off. And then recently, one of our favorite designers, she's German, Alchemist. I can send you the link later.
Okay.
She had came up with a very lovely way of bind off.
Really?
Yes. I'll send you the link. I will send you the link.
A new
and it's to a lot of people it would be less involving than the tubular bind off. And I think we already have tried it out. I think you will like the results.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So the so-called conventional stretch bind off, sometimes it causes a little bit of bias and add a little bit of undesired thickness to the edge. So I feel like this way of the bind off just was being shared not too long ago by Extra is really wonderful. So I will definitely send you the link so you can share. Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely.
These are like such master tips. Master tips
No, master
because
tips.
they are master tips because it's in the details. Really, it's in the details.
Devil
of the
is in the details.
Yes.
I always say that.
The fabric, the fit.
One truth in life. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Devil is always in
the details. There you go.
Devil is in there.
That's what my piano teacher used to always say when I would cry and be like, no.
That's like I want to set.
I want to finish it.
Yeah.
It's done, right?
Set people apart. Yeah.
So, can you maybe take us through and give us a little tour of the store? I'm going to take the camera off the thing and maybe we can...
Sure.
Like, at least see some of your Bien Aimee.
I want to actually show two more sweater maybe.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah. So this one. The reason I would like to show this sweater, this is knitted with the two yarns by my friend Sus Gephardt from Gephardt.
Oh, I love her yarn.
Yeah. So now this sweater is a play of different yarns, not by holding them together, but instead by alternating them.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah. So this is the her wild and soft, which is 50% silk and 50% merino wool. It's very amazing. And this is her kit setup, which comes in over 70 magical, amazing.
70?
Over 70 colors. And we carry most of it. Yes.
Incredible. I love her.
Yeah, so you see how lovely this fabric is. It's just
incredible
with the pattern. And if this is all the same yarn, you're not gonna get this effect.
Nope.
Right.
Absolutely not. Again,
so you're not gonna get You're not gonna
lightness.
get the lightness.
Dances.
It's just amazing.
Oh, that is absolutely. What is the pattern of this?
It's on her web. The pattern is on her website.
Okay.
It's called a bubbly sweater. Yeah, it's on the Gepagon website. I can send you the link
Okay.
of that too.
This is phenomenal.
Okay, I got a lot of inquiry also when I was at a Cakepalooza just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So I just want to, follow the line of how you play with texture and how you combine the yarn, right?
Ooh.
So this one, you guys probably have seen me wear a ton of this, right? So I'm very honored that I did this when Bien Aimee, shortly after they launched the boucle. The merino boucle. So this sweater again, I think, and I was wearing it the day I was vending at Cakepalooza. I got so much
such a hit.
Compliments and
this is your pattern.
Yes, this is my pattern. It's called a
amazing.
Delightful Sweater.
It is delightful.
And because it is very delightful. So this is the front, and this is the cuff, and here is the back. You see, it has a nice spread back,
And it has this
line.
cool other
That's the hand dye beauty.
Yeah, a little
and
different,
actually has a little bit slight detail on the raglan. It doesn't show up very well. I did put in a slight detail on the raglan shaping. Now you can tell while you're in front of it.
The devil's in the details.
Yeah, devil's in the details. I always say that. But I have to say the sweater might look more like ordinary. It wasn't for the contrasting of the cuff.
Yeah, that
Do you
really
agree?
that
I think that really sets it apart.
sets it off.
Yeah, that sets it off. So
Sets
again,
it off.
I always tell everyone, please don't be shy to play with different
Yeah,
yarns.
add something, right?
And a different texture. And so you have fun. You get like
It's
double
adorable.
reward.
All the
You get
things.
you get a double reward. You know,
It's a split.
You
have this
you get
detail too.
Yeah, I have this little detail.
How cool
this,
is
This
that?
just came out of my hair.
I love that.
Yeah, and then the hem is folded up. There's no ribbing. The hem is folded up.
I see that. That's just
And then just whip stitched it together.
I love that finish.
Thank you.
That's
It's just
phenomenal.
whipped.
These details are everything.
Yeah, the whole sweater doesn't even weigh 200 grams.
So this is the boucle on its own, the yellow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what kind of size needle did you use? Do you remember?
I personally use the 6. A lot of my people got the gauge on a 7.
Okay,
So-
and that's a fingering weight boucle?
Yes.
Okay.
So here's another amazing thing about this boucle, right? So this is a fingering weight, fingering
Weight.
weight boucle.
Uh-huh.
So it has fingering yardage, right? A lot of more yardage, but it knits up like a DK.
What?
Yes. So the gauge is DK.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
On its own?
On its own.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's on its own.
Oh, so that's really a
so
bonus.
that's a huge bonus. So your the sweater is so light but yet warm and cuddly. So
Oh, it's so
so I just
gorgeous.
thought I showed this, right?
love it.
And then again, so one more. So you can cut me out.
No, I love
So
it.
this is a shawl that we did all the slip stitch, right? This is the Bien Aimee printed sock yarn, and then it's floating on top by slip stitch is the Bien Aimee mohair silk. Right? You see the fabric? Isn't that an interesting fabric? It's just so cool, I think.
Goodness. Oh,
Yeah.
I just love it because of that.
Yeah, and then you can do so many different combos. The possibility is almost endless, right?
It's like this reminds
it's
me
so
of the
light.
scales of a fish that they glisten in the sun, and
It's
you
called
see all.
uptown shawl. Yeah.
It's gorgeous, and you see all these incredible cascades of color shimmering in it. There's
the
like
mohair actually
always
is
something
a
new.
semi-shaded mohair. The merino super sock is a printed yarn. So
Okay.
yeah. So just when you play with
Wow.
different base, play with different yarn, it open up a whole new world.
You know what? Knitting was always fun, but now that we have like kind of just this invitation that you make it very easy. You invite us to play even more. Take a pattern and customize, and and bring your own personality to it, and don't be afraid to swatch and make fabric and
exactly.
make details.
I think you're gonna feel it's very rewarding.
Yeah, because you add more of yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then make it your own. Right?
Yeah. This has been such a treat, such a huge treat. Could you take us around some of the yarns in your store? Okay,
absolutely.
let's go.
So when you come in the shop, you're gonna see this wall of Bien Aimee beauty, and I carry many different base of the Bien Aimee, and they are very amazing, hand dyed in Paris. So right in the middle of this is the Toujours, the color.
Oh,
it's the shop color.
Yen has so generously donated one of these gorgeous skeins, Toujours, the shop exclusive colorway for Forever Yarn, dyed by Bien Aimee in a fingering base, to go to one of our lucky viewers for a giveaway. All you have to do is answer the question in the comments below, and you will instantly enter to win.
Exclusive colorway. So I have it in 6 bases. Yeah. So this is the merino boucle, and right beside it is the mohair silk. Then I have it in fingering the super sock, the sport, the DK. On top there is a twist nova, which is a non super wash base.
Wow.
So yeah. Thank you. So
there's floral organite here.
Yes.
Right? Oof,
yeah, I know. And you can tell I have a lot of fun to play with. We have a lot of fun play with different base, right?
Oh yeah.
So the merino boucle, there's Kumo, and then I have a lot of here's the mohair assortment of the mohair silk. So
look at that.
Yeah, and I have a ton more. This is still in the process of being put out.
Beautiful.
Yeah. A lot of mohair to play.
Fabulous.
So
look at this here.
So here, so I just replenished my Cory confetti because it was sold out at the show. But I put this mohair out because, to me, this mohair is fabulous to go with this.
Oh, I love that.
And
Look
then
at that.
it's also fabulous to go with that. So, Amy has been showing a lot of swatches of the confetti with different color mohair. This kind of really speak to me.
Yeah.
Actually, Friday, a customer was so happy she bought this combo. And I was like, yay! Because it's such a combo that's out of box, right?
I look at this also with the lime green details.
I know that's your favorite.
Oh, I actually didn't even think about it, but it's just ridiculously
amazing,
adorable. Yeah. So fun.
Yeah, so fun.
It's like birthday cake.
Yeah, I'm gonna
confetti.
move the chair for you so
This
that
is so good.
Don't get tripped over.
Is this where you have some of the Gepard kilt?
Yes. So Gepard is amazing. Thanks to Katie, who just fixed those cubbies for me.
This is
so all the kit set, and you see all the different color, and her pure Lana wool, and we're still in the process of trying. And then the Puno and the Poof, it's superbly amazing. Katie, can I have you a sweater that you are making to show the combo of the 2 yarn? So this is a shipment that I just got. It's all of her fall winter collection. Most of the color. Thank you. It's absolutely amazing. So I want to show this going back to Gepard. So this is the Gepard kit setup. This is her pure Lana. Both yarns have come in such wonderful price tag. You have got
Oh yes, I love it. It's such
amazing. So she's
look at that.
She's knitting a sweater called Popo sweater
Uh-huh.
by Adaro, who is a Danish designer. I can send you the link.
Thank you.
She just started this, but isn't that amazing?
Look at how those two
Yeah,
come together
the
to make
color-
this sort of cherry.
Yeah, so the color is just
Yeah.
amazing, right?
Oh,
So
it's
yeah,
so
so again, a good example. And I pulled this through the Oolong mill yarn. The Oolong mill yarn. So this is a mill yarn, like a bloody work. But again, I wanted to. So this is the Toujours, the shop's shop color, shop the Bien Aimee mohair color. So you see how you can put this two together.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Look
Right?
at that. Yes.
And you can be bolder to put those two together. Totally different look.
There you go.
And then there you go. You can even put those two together.
Such a great idea.
That's a fun part, right? That's the fun part of
play.
doing it.
And then you never know really what you're going to get, but it's always going to.
You have to be willing to play.
You have to be willing to experiment a little bit.
So,
and what do we have here?
We have some primrose, rose sport. Primrose is my local yarn dyer. So, and she is amazing. She does amazing work. And so here are assortment of the little fox. This is the little fox vulpine, which is a DK weight. I love Amy, and we love her yarn. So my vulpine is very, very low. And here is her little mauve.
How pretty.
You can tell, each individual dyer give you a different color story, right? So that's what I always say. And that's actually also enable me to make the decision point. Because it's like their signature look.
Yes.
Like this, just when I see this, it makes me feel so good. It make you feel
soft.
you wanted to knit with it.
It's like Renaissance painting kind of
it's so
vibes.
pleasing, right?
Yes, it's so calming.
Yeah, and this is her sockaway yarn called the Vixen, which is have silk and a cashmere in it. Which again, I love the basis with a different spin on it.
Definitely.
So here we have mostly Life in the Long Grass with
Autumn tones.
lots of Life in the Long Grass is another line I carried for years and years and years. And we have merino, linen merino here, merino linen here, and her DK.
So gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh, look at me more.
So here's some more samples. We have a lot of samples. I always
What is
dig in the
this?
sample.
What is this pink
This
sweater?
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
with the
cannot.
ruffle.
I will send you the link. But this was done in this yarn.
Oh, that's the tiger yarn.
Yeah,
or
this is the
whatever it's
zebra,
called. Zebra.
Yeah, and the mixed. Again, it's mixed with the wild and the soft. Can you believe this?
Wait, it's mixed with a fingering or a mohair?
Mixed with a wild and a soft. I'll go grab a more to show you.
Wow, look at this gorgeous sweater. I saw this in Cake. Somebody was wearing it, I think. I don't know, but I just went crazy. I love that ruffle detail. That is amazing.
So
These two together. This is what created this, are these two. Wow. And this is the Gepard. This is the wild and soft. Let me just see what this is. This is silk and wool. Wow.
Yeah.
Silk and
The wild
fat.
soft is an amazing yarn. Amazing yarn.
That fabric, and it's got a little bit of a tooth to it, which is
which
gorgeous.
isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, I love that too.
All the sweater you see here is mixed. This is my sweater number 11. I mixed the linen merino with Gepard mohair.
Oh,
So,
I remember seeing that one and going crazy. How that.
So this is my pure Lana vest, and I put some touch with the kids setup on it. It's a Stockholm slip over, which again is very lovely. So everything you see, so many things are all mixed, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like I had it. This is my bijou sweater. So this is fingering with Kumo. This is my little bijou sweater.
Wow.
So
Another gorgeous
I'm definitely
here.
Yeah, they are details. There's lovely sleeve details.
So gorgeous.
Yeah, mixing is really fun.
Yeah, you are like
Mixing is
Mixing is the
Yeah,
best.
yeah,
Is the best.
yeah, I'm
It gives the
definitely-
best effects.
definitely a sweater knitter, and I can go on and on, you know. So this is my wave change.
Oh, wave of change. I want to make one of those too.
This is done in the Chelsea wet.
Oh.
With one strand of like the helix of Felix yarn. So it's 3 strands.
Oh, that's fine. I made one almost with the same kind of formula.
Yeah.
Yeah, adding the helix. Yeah.
But it's still not bad.
And then Stellina too. And
Yes,
that was really fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was fun.
I watched it, yeah.
Yeah, that I just love the fabric of this too.
Yeah.
It's just it's so nice. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And then we have all the quarry. This is sort of our quarry shelving. It's a bit low because
Oh, there's so many cool colors in the quarry worsted.
quarry
Wow.
worsted is very, very robust yarn and very lovely.
So much fun. So much fun. So much
And I
fun.
just have like 3 pink hazel bags, which
Uh-huh.
is so special.
Mhm.
She made over 50 bags for me.
Oh,
For Ryan bag, which is so
oh
special.
my gosh.
Yeah,
It's so
so-
good. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hey.
Say hi.
Look at that winder is going a mile a minute.
I know.
Oh, hi. How are you? Good to see you guys. What are you guys knitting on? Don't ask. Is that a new pattern? Is that a pattern? Really? It's called Don't Ask?
Yeah.
Look at those colors. Isabel Kramer, Don't Ask.
Yeah, and the Sherry showed us.
Ooh. What's that one?
Look at woven paper flower.
Oh my gosh. That is so detailed and oh, you guys are unreal.
Okay, I
You
will
guys,
show that.
what do you have?
Deb is knitting 2 things.
This is
One
stunning.
is my sweater, which is in the boucle, and it's heavy. This is the
What?
pom-pom color.
What color is that?
Pom-pom?
Oh my gosh.
I know. And then she's trimming with the purple, and then she is going. What is the saying? All of the town or coming to town? What is the saying? Like you're just having such a good time.
Out of your. Oh, you're going to town. now.
Going to town. Going to town.
She's going to town on her Sophie shawl.
Oh, the Sophie shawl. I gotta make one. Everybody's made one behind the curve.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Gotta
so
make one.
cute. Have you made one already?
I am in the process. Of
Okay, we could all go.
Yeah.
Let's go to Paris with our Sophie scarves on. All right, let's have cappuccinos.
Here's my little Sophie
Oh,
scarf.
oh, is that so cute?
Yes,
What's
I
what
have
yarn
2
is
of
that?
them. This is the Bien Aimee sock
Oh my gosh.
in the colorway called the air guitar.
Air guitar.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, my camera's like acting goofy now. Sorry,
Okay.
it's like not.
Okay.
It's all blurry and crazy here. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I can't get.
Daniel,
rid of
you're
this.
young. You're young.
I'm gonna get that too.
Okay. Oh, you come back.
I added one more piece to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Sherry made the pumpkin bread. She makes the best
Yay.
bread, and Kiana brought us cookies.
Oh, how do you guys stay so fit? Look at those homemade cookies.
You gotta have one.
Oh my gosh, they look delicious.
And the pumpkin bread, you definitely gotta try one because
Pumpkin bread.
her bread is yummy.
Yeah.
She just made it. Yeah.
This is a place to be. I wanna live here. I wanna. Can people live here too? Yeah.
Daniel lives upstairs.
People live upstairs. Who lives upstairs?
Daniel.
No way. That's so great. This is like would be my ideal location. All right, this has been such fun, guys. All right, so we'll say bye-bye now, okay? Bye. Thanks for joining. Bye. Bye. This has been like the best day ever.
Oh.
I'm so inspired. I wanna buy yarn now.